Peaches, welcome to Previewed, where friends don't let friends review movies alone.
I'm Adam!
And I'm Jay.
And today we're gonna react, review, riff, and at the end, recommend Shazam 2! Fury! Oh, the gods!
Fury of the Gods!
So, Jay, this is the no spoilers.
No spoilers.
No spoilers.
No spoilers.
Yesheilas.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
From Australia, sorry.
Sorry. My bad.
Sorry.
Sorry. Alright.
No.
No spoilers for the movie. Jay, what did you think of Shazam 2?
It's fine. It was fun. I had fun. I had a good time. I think you and I can both agree. Honestly, my only actual legitimate complaint was that it was like 20 minutes too long.
Yeah.
That's about it.
It's weird. We left the theater with the same energy we had going in. Of like, I'm in a good mood. Left the theater like, I'm still in that same good mood.
Yes.
My mood did not fluctuate in any direction.
Yeah.
Which is in no way an indictment of this film. I think that perfectly sums it up, though. Like, this is a good movie. Right down the plate. Like, that was a Shazam sequel.
Yep.
Cool. But, like, I stayed at the same...
Yeah.
There's some good moments, don't get me wrong. There are some really good moments in the film.
Yes.
But overall...
I didn't find myself as charmed as the first one.
Yes.
I didn't. And the reason I say that it's about 20 minutes too long is that, like, if anything, the sense of humor... This is the first movie where, this kind of sense of humor of the Shazam movies, it kind of started to run out of gas. In a way that I was like even when we were to the post-credit sequence and Shazam was doing Shazam jokes, I was like, I'm over it. I'm tired of these. I'm tired of the kind of gibs and gabs here. But if it had been a little bit shorter, I think it probably would have been, I probably wouldn't have even noticed it.
Oh, interesting.
That, like, fatigue a little bit. I think, like, the long and the short of it is that the problem is that they just have too many characters in these movies.
Yeah.
And for me...
Well, this one in particular had too many characters.
Yes. Too many bad guys. Too many good guys. Too many guys. At the end of the day, what I show up to Shazam for is kind of the family vibes and the family feels. And I feel like they gave us a good enough outing for that. But they could have built it up a little bit better. Yes.
This movie still does have that family core.
Yes.
But they
gave Billy a good enough of a problem, like emotional problem with everything going on. The problem is they just didn't see it through. The concept of, this isn't necessarily a spoiler per se, but the issue that they set up with Billy is that, like, he's going to be soon aging out of the foster care system. And he still hasn't necessarily, like, emotionally landed where he is and with the people that he's with.
He made the first step in the journey of accepting the family in the first movie.
Yes.
And now the second film is like, okay, I have to
real.
complete that step but figure out where that takes me when I'm legally an adult.
And that's the kind of stuff that I'm really interested in.
Oh, yes, very much so.
And I really like the kid they have playing Billy.
Yes.
I think he's a great actor. We just didn't get enough of him. And if anything, they could have just focused on that the entire time, and I would have been fine. Like, I love that all the other kids get powers, and that's all well and good. But, like, there's just too many of them at this point, and they haven't set up enough differences between them in order to, I mean, obviously they have differences, but, like,
of course,
they just don't have enough time to fully flush out all of them.
They did not have enough time, and this movie, as a good sequel attempts, like the first Shazam was like, okay, this is Billy's journey, trying to find his mom, foster care, handle these powers as being the champion, and the thing that he wanted the most in life was having a family, and that family turned out to be the answer to the superhero problem in the movie. Awesome. Great. and it was tight. This movie is just like, hey, okay, we took that premise, but we have to expand upon the Rock of Eternity, what's going on there, magic in the DC universe, the other kids with their powers and their personalities, the parents, Billy's situation, the bad guys. Like there was a lot of things they were trying to set up. The movie's 2 hours. It does feel about 2 hours.
It feels it, yeah.
But once it does hit to the, oh no, here everything's in trouble. Now we have to step up and like save the day.
Yeah.
That last 45 minutes is great.
It clips.
It's really good.
It's really good.
It's also fun.
Yes.
But it's just getting there was a little bit of a herky-jerky story-wise.
Well, we talked about this on the train ride home. This feels like a 2-act movie rather than a 3-act movie.
Yeah.
In that it's basically like everything. There's one event that happens that like changes the landscape and like really makes like the villain threat known and apparent, and then it's like before and after that. There's like that's it. Mm-hmm. And it just kind of meanders a little bit in a way that because it's got a lot of ground to cover.
Yeah.
So like it's them trying to do their due diligence and trying to give everyone the limelight a little bit.
Sure.
So I appreciate the effort.
Absolutely.
But at a certain point I'm like, can we just like
it does extend what the Rock of Eternity does.
Yeah.
Magic in the DCU, and the importance of Shazam. And the Shazam family. In this intricate web that they're weaving now, I was like, okay, yeah, this makes sense. This is where they are in the universe. This is why they're important. It just narratively just kind of whoa, and then for the final half of the movie, whoa. So yeah, Jay. So would you recommend this movie?
Yeah, I think it's fun. I think we had a great time. Like it's a perfect popcorn movie. I think it's the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm like kind of chipping away at it, and I'm like, just leave it alone. We had fun.
Yeah, we did. We had a good time.
Yeah.
There's some very fun moments in this movie.
Yeah.
And it does expand the universe. And good performances by everybody. So yeah.
I will say, I actually do recommend seeing this in a Dolby theater, specifically for the sound. Because every time they Shazam and the one thing that these movies have done well is the sound design around initiating flight.
Oh, yeah.
Every time they do that, like you can like feel it in like your whole body. Like it's just like shoots up your butthole. It's like boom! It's like, whoa, all right, they're flying. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Like I actually really appreciated the sound design of this movie because we saw it in Dolby. There was a couple moments where I was like, this is too loud.
Yeah, this is pretty loud.
When the dragon's flying around, I was like, this is just too loud. Mm-hmm. This is very loud.
But when they're Shazamming, you feel your whole body shakes. Like, oh yeah, let's go! Oh, yeah. Shazam! Mm-hmm. Yeah, go see this movie. It was fun. Okay. Spoilers in space by night. Here's the reason why we said all the things about Act 1. The core of the movie is Billy's journey of like accepting these people as his actual family.
Yes.
Like he accepted them in the first one, but like this is like, no, this is I'm not going to lose them.
He never called
her
mom.
He never called her mom. I'm not going to lose them when I age out. That's what he was worried about. The problem was all of these things that Billy was dealing with and worried about with his family, they were talking about them in their Shazam forms. Mm-hmm. And like, we're juggling 2 casts of actors here. The kids and the adults, except for Mary, who is the same person. But like, Billy's dealing with all these issues in a Shazam form, and I feel like it would have been more emotionally resonant.
I would have liked that scene way more if they were just kids.
If they were kids.
Hanging out on the Rock of Eternity, like being kids.
Yes.
In this like very non-kid place, but being kids. I think it would have actually like the ramifications of it would have I think really driven home a little bit more.
Yeah. Because everyone was dealing with their own little separate issue.
Yeah.
But you see them dealing with it more when they're kids.
Yeah.
Because those are kid issues, and it makes more sense having Billy be worried about, well, I'm about to get kicked out of the only place I ever felt like a family in 5 months. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
When he was never in danger of that happening because the family bought the house and And they wanted
Yeah.
they wanted to be his parents.
That should have been a way bigger moment where they're like, "You bought the house?"
Yes.
Yeah.
But it was a throwaway line
Yeah.
right in the middle of all the action.
That could have been a really prescient moment. I know how you cut 20 minutes out of this movie.
Oh, so do I.
It's Freddy. It's got to go.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh!
I'm sorry. As much as I love what's her name from West Side Story, and I liked that, and I liked their little love story, it didn't serve. There was no arc to it. It didn't serve any specific purpose. It was very interesting, like watching Freddy, like if she being like, no, what's amazing about you is just you. I was like, that's great and all, and they kept saying like they kept referring to like giving him the ability to like kind of resist whatever Lucy Liu's thing is.
Having great will.
That's yes,
Overcome fear.
and that's interesting.
Maybe he could be a Green Lantern.
That's interesting, but there's no payoff for it really.
No, there isn't a real payoff for
There's
that.
no payoff
He's
for
able
it.
to walk up to the dragon, but they
cares?
were still going to die.
They're still gonna die. Like it
Huh,
doesn't.
you're right. There's
no payoff for it.
There's no payoff for his
and
resilience.
there's no payoff for her, like her character. Like Freddy obviously needs to be around, and that's great because he's awesome. But like, there's no like their whole storyline doesn't really need to exist.
Interesting. I would suggest.
Here's the thing: they have chemistry, and it was really fun.
Oh,
and I just
yes.
think that actor playing Freddy is awesome, and I think his transition into what's his name from the OC.
Thomas. No, I don't remember. But yes, the guy from the OC.
I
His
think
Shazam form.
his Shazam form is the perfect one-to-one Shazam. I think.
Yes.
Even better than Billy and what's it?
Zachary Levi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was like, yeah, that is what he would look like if he Shazammed. Like that's exactly what he would look like. But like the thing is that like they knew when to keep stories short and sweet, like with Ramon or Pedro.
Yes.
They're like, we're all superheroes, and he's like, I'm gay. They're like, we know. And I was like, perfect. It's perfect. They set it up. They gave him a little arc there. That's awesome. But like, that's the kind of focus that everyone else should have been getting. They gave Mary just enough.
Did they?
When they had the long conversation, she's like, I'm gonna go to college.
Oh, sure.
Stop telling me not to go to college. Like, I need to.
I'm still going to be your sister. I need to go to college, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't just be a superhero. Like, there's not. How am I supposed to put that on a job resume? Like, I still need a place to stay.
Sure.
You know, I thought they gave her just enough, but Freddy's stuff, it's like there's no arc to it.
There was setup and payoffs all over the place. Like they did. There's all the movie stuff is in there.
That being said, it was fun to watch. Like I liked watching them talk, and I love that girl from West Side Story, man. She's so charming.
Yeah.
But
She was really good. I think that we're gonna do a full episode to fix it for this movie when it comes on HBO Max in a couple.
What
months.
made you want to join the amazing DC universe of films? I needed a job. It's perfect. She's so good.
The bad guys were too complicated.
Yeah.
Like I think it was like,
Yeah.
oh, the staff breaking the staff in the first movie
There was-
caused this ramification. Cool. Okay, that makes sense absolutely. But we spent so much time with them
Yeah.
that like
And
we
they
need
kept giving us more. They kept giving us more backstory from them, which don't get me wrong. No one is ever mad for them like developing characters. Like from a DC perspective, great. Yes, spoon feed me a little bit here, but also it was like if they add one more thing here to these characters, I'm gonna lose it. Why was the youngest one at school?
She was trying to, I think, because it was a spy mission to get information about the bad
It's never
guys.
overtly said.
It's not. They didn't. They shouldn't have just had the apple.
They should have just had it.
They should have just had, or it shouldn't have been a whole thing to get into the Rocket of Eternity to get it, because that made the villain's scheme or villain's plan too long to come to fruition.
Get it? Because he's fruit.
As his fruit. And but when she plants it, it's like, oh yeah, now it's on. But like it took forever for it to become on.
Yeah.
When it should have been on at the end of Act 1, or close into Act 2.
I also think this plan has did not necessarily take into consideration the city in which they were unleashing all of these Minotaurs and
Philadelphia.
yeah, man.
You saying Philadelphia would have fought back a little bit more?
Yeah, man.
They threw batteries at
yeah.
Santa Claus.
Yeah.
So-
oh yeah, Philly ain't gonna take this line down, man. Philly's like
You mess with one of us.
Yeah.
You mess with all of us.
yeah, man. They burn down their city when they win the Super Bowl. Like, yeah, no. Philly's not just gonna take that line down.
I wouldn't have minded a couple, people, fighting back.
Yeah,
That's also
it's
fun.
set in Philadelphia, but
Yeah.
it doesn't feel like Philly
That makes sense.
at all. Also, some of them should have maybe some accents that they don't have. But...
It's true. Just getting to the part where she plants the apple, the tree grows, and then Philly goes to hell. That took too long to get to because that's when the fun starts.
That's when it gets interesting.
Because then everyone's powers is mostly gone.
Yeah.
And then just they got to
That's where
figure
you
out.
see the Batson kids ride a bunch of death unicorns.
Yeah, the parents get involved.
Yeah.
They learn that we needed to get there sooner. Also,
Did I cry when she was like, "Let me see Billy"? Well, not.
Let me see my Billy.
Let me see my Billy.
yeah.
Yes. Would have that completely demolished me if they had built to that moment properly?
Oh yeah. Yes.
Like that's the kind of stuff. She's like, "I love you." When he's like, "I love you, Mom," I was like, "Oh, that's very sweet." But if we had shown this emotional journey a little bit better,
Billy, seeing Kid Billy really start to worry about his place in this family because he's about to get kicked out of it
yeah,
because he doesn't feel as secure as Mary does in herself and her place and everything. Mm-hmm. Then yes, them telling him, "No, you're our son and we love you and you'll always be a part of this family."
yeah,
I love you, Mom. That would have been before he faces the bad guys. And then, to go knowingly on a suicide mission? Yeah. That would have been massive.
It could have gotten to a point where he's like, I'm obviously just going to go, this is a suicide mission, but it doesn't really, at the end of the day, you guys all have each other and that's fine. And, if anyone has to sacrifice themselves, it should be me because, I'm not necessarily the outlier. I'm the outlier of the family. And they're like, what are you talking about? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the...
Because he already makes the decision. He's like, oh yeah, because of these faulty premises. And they go, no, we love you. You're our son. And then he has to remake the decision with all this emotional weight on it. Oh my God. That's massive.
All I'm saying is this, thank God, obviously we're in the spoiler territory.
Yes.
They Billy quote unquote dies, and they bury him
He's dead.
and they bury him in the God realm, or I guess Olympus.
Yeah, I
guess. It's not really explained.
That's not. Yeah, it's not really. Work.
All I'm saying is, thank God that kid came back from the dead, because those two are foster parents. They have social workers that check in on these kids. They would be
That's
in
a good point.
so much trouble.
That is a good point.
Oh my God, they would be in much trouble.
That's a very good
Hey,
point.
where's Billy Batson? He's a ward of he's your ward.
He's a ward,
He's a
yeah.
ward of the state.
At least for another 5 months.
At least for another 5 months. So where's this kid? And they're like, about that. We buried him in the God realm. Oh, cool. You're going to jail.
You let your kids Shazam?
Yeah,
No.
No.
We're taking all these kids away from them. They're back in the system. No.
You can't. First rule of foster care. You can't let them Shazam.
No, you can't let him Shazam.
You can't let them Shazam.
Not just in the house, but
man.
anywhere.
If I was that dad, and when the electrician keeps coming out because he's like, I swear to God, we keep getting struck by lightning, and then he find out that they're Shazamming. He's like, that's why we've been getting struck by lightning. You buttholes. You know how much I've spent on the electrician in the past 6 months? Go outside to Shazam. This is not. God. I'm not at this point. I am paying for the electrician's kid to go to college. You got to stop
I should have
it.
paid for you to go to college.
The first time that happened should have been the last time. I'm not buying another PS5. Y'all fried the hell out of the damn thing.
The other big miss of this movie is the fact that they did not explain how the wizard was alive.
Nah.
They asked, characters were asked, how are you here? I saw you turn to dust. Wait a second, we need to talk about this. How are you here? And he's just like, bye.
To be fair, I think we all collectively forgot that he disappeared. In that, even in our episode of Fix It for Black Adam, when I made quote unquote Shazam 2, I forgot that he went away. So like I think everyone just kind of forgot. And then
But he did die. And if you're gonna have characters ask questions,
that reads to me like a script supervisor after they're already on set and they've already shot 2 of the Wizard scenes. That seems to me like a script supervisor being like, "Hey, I was going through Shazam 1 last night. The Wizard should be dead." And they're like, "Ah, crap." You know what I mean?
he turned to dust right in front of Billy.
It read like they wrote that line to like cover the fact that they also forgot that he died.
Possibly.
It felt a little like. He's back because reasons. I actually am fine with that.
Ultimately, yes, it's better that he's around, but...
Also, when they gave him a glow up, I was like, thank God. I'm tired of looking at him look like a hobo the whole time. I feel bad for him.
Yeah.
Like, it just like didn't feel respectful.
Oh, sure.
Like, and then we showed up like wearing that suit.
Yeah, good
and
suit.
that hat. Oh! It was a good look, but I was like, you should have done this a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The other big thing about this movie that I thought they did a good job with, Wonder Woman's in it.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman saves the day.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, that's set up and payoff.
Yes.
Billy sets up that he's actually got a crush, because everyone's got a crush on Wonder Woman.
Yeah, who doesn't?
And so he's like, if I write a letter to her, will it go because she's a demigod? And Steve the Pencil, which is
my favorite addition.
The best new character.
I just think expanding on the Rock of Eternity and everything that's in there and like kind of making it kind of like a like Hogwarts kind of vibe was perfect.
Absolutely.
Like I think my favorite scene was them just hanging out in the Rock of Eternity.
Yeah. With lots of cool things.
Even though they should have just been kids the whole time.
You know, all those doors that, you know, that kid should have been Shazamming when he goes in there, of course.
Obviously.
But the fact is, like, if I write her a letter, will she will it go to her? And then she shows up at the end to save the day. And also, here's a weird thing. They used her theme song in this movie as her entrance song.
Yeah.
Way more than her 1984 did, which used it for about 6 seconds. And it was great. Where does this leave her, though? I don't know, because I think this is in James Gunn's plan of things. I don't know.
It wasn't in the video that we watched. Didn't necessarily bring it up.
He did. He just said, Shazam's coming out. It's good.
But let's be real. These are the only 2 movies, in my opinion, the only 2 franchises that are in kind of good shape.
Shazam,
and look, Wonder Woman 1984 wasn't very good, but will I see a third one?
If they make one?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
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 Yes.
Yeah.
If you tell me that Gal Gadot is playing Wonder Woman, I will go to the movie. I may not love it, but I like her, and I like Wonder Woman. I like that they're making Wonder Woman movies.
Yeah.
I would rather have a bad one than have them not exist.
Sure.
So
should she show up in other films if they hey Gal, you got an afternoon, you got a day?
Yeah.
Come on set.
And also the Aquaman's that's the thing is that some of these DC franchises are actually pretty good.
Yeah.
And it's really frustrating when it doesn't. Them trying to make them come together and not working is making the individual franchises suffer. Because I was like, dude, the Aquaman movies are great. They're good movies.
The first one was fun. Yeah, it was really good. Yeah.
I don't know.
So it was nice to see her, and it was a good scene, and it also kind of helped hey, I'm sorry I have the power of your father flowing in my veins, but that doesn't make us brother and sister though. So it's cool.
She's you're 17.
Yes,
get out of here.
Get out of here. But she was nice about it. But it's also oh, that's right. I never actually thought about that. Shazam is empowered. He's like a divine Superman.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a second. This is actually... interesting. He's got more in common with Wonder Woman than other...
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
It opens that can very excitingly.
Yes.
And also, if you think of, and it's one thing I was thinking about in the shower today. I was the ramifications of this are that, the realm of the gods is, around again.
Wait a second. Wasn't Chapter 1 Gods and Monsters?
It'd been in a bubble for, yeah. it'd been in a bubble and been kind of separated, and now that like that veil is lifted,
Huh, maybe it does fit
it's
in.
kind of interesting. Like I was like, oh, this actually like does have sweeping ramifications for the DC universe.
Sleeping ramifications. That's a perfect way of saying it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think is really, really fun. I think, honest to God, I think this is a great movie that you just don't think too hard about.
Yeah.
I think if you just kind of enjoy... The thing is that, like, all the stuff that I would cut is still stuff that I enjoyed.
Sure.
I think if you... This movie just has a lot of incomplete arcs, and I think you just need to cut, and it's not about completing all of them. I think it's like you lose a couple to give time to give the others to finish.
Yeah, I think the movie could still be 2 hours. You just dedicate some time to different characters and arcs and stuff like that.
Because like they just start like I would have liked to have seen a little bit more closure on the whole Mary and Billy situation.
Yeah.
Like I would have liked to have seen like if anything I would have liked for them to expand Mary a little bit more.
Sure.
Because I think she's very
great.
interesting.
Did the parents get powers at the end? Because remember he gets to say like, who wants powers? And both parents raise their hands. Both of them raise their hands. Shazam parents? Not no.
Yeah.
Not
no.
Not no. Because that would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
It's really fun.
That's an interesting idea
It's
that I
really
don't think
fun.
I've seen before.
Yeah. It's a hoot. I mean, we saw it in Invincible, but it didn't go well.
It
so.
didn't. Well, yes. So once again, we recommend going seeing this film.
It's great. I think it's
For all
just
our gripes, it's very good.
yeah. I think you can gripe about this movie. I don't think you have to.
No.
That's really the more long or the short of it. Because when we were talking about doing this review, I was like, I don't have a lot to say because, like, there's obviously stuff I would fix here, but I also don't and I don't mean this in a flippant, and I don't mean that this, and it's not a criticism, but I just don't care. Like, I had fun.
Yeah. It was a fun movie. So go see it.
But also, you and I are story nerds
Yes.
more than anything.
Yes.
So that like when there are aspects of your story that like just don't have a payoff or have the payoff but don't earn the payoff, like that is more egregious to me than any other kind of like comic book accurate stuff.
Sure.
Like I want to be moved by your story appropriately.
Yes, and knowing that what Billy's journey was final acceptance into this family and calling her mom. Like,
yes.
Really, that could have
Yes,
been
that could have absolutely destroyed us.
Because when Billy is dead, he's dead. He's dead for minutes, and like they bury it. Like they go through like, oh no, and Freddy's like, wake up, come on, this is the joke. Like the whole scene of like walking through the audience of like, this is when he wakes up, and this is when you wake up. Come on, ha ha, and this is when you wake up. Slow pan, like, no man, no, Billy truly actually died. He straight up died, and we buried him. He's dead. And the wizard's like, I can't do anything. There's no magic left in the staff. He's dead. And they held it there long enough to be like, well, he's dead. Well,
okay.
Wow. Which could have, if that earlier moment was played more attention to and really played it up, like, whoa. And then Wonder Woman showing up to like save the day and be like, actually, I got like, ooh, that sequence of events could have been such a roller coaster ride if we spent a little bit more time with Kid Billy earlier in the film. Go see this movie. It's a lot of fun. Have you guys seen this movie yet? Let us know in the comments below. And did you know, besides reviews and stuff,
If anyone's watching the spoiler section without seeing the movie, do you think? Do people do that? Do you do that?
Some people
leave that
do.
in the comments.
Some
Let me know.
people do. Some people do.
I don't know if we really have a demographic of how people are consuming this media.
Some people don't want to watch the movie, and then we'll watch the spoiler section and be like, "Oh, this seems like fun," because we're just talking about stuff all over the place.
Yeah.
And maybe we talk it up and.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was just kind of curious. You were launching.
I was launching. I was softballing today. Hey, we do lots of stuff. Jay, talk about all the stuff that we do.
Oh, hey. Oh, yeah. Go see this movie. Okay, great, man. Oh, it's almost as if, hey, do you like us?
Well, we do lots. You want me to do it? We had to do it, guys.
You said you were gonna do it.
Oh no, I'm softballing you.
Oh no, I'm softballing you.
All
You're
right,
doing
guys,
such a great
we
job. I
do
felt
like
bad.
so many things
So
right
much
now.
stuff.
Especially since there's going to be like less shows to react to. Jay, we got a gaming channel where Jay and I are going to be playing Resident Evil 4 on stream
Oh, yeah.
on the gaming channel coming up soon.
We need to get a schedule for that.
We do need to get a schedule. That Dead Space is also on the list of things to do. I'm gonna start streaming again because Mondays are available again.
Hell
Huzzah!
yeah.
We also got a podcast, Fix It. This movie will eventually get there in a couple months when it comes on HBO. We got our ladies do a cooking stream called Kitchen at Best Friends on Twitch. That's a lot of fun.
I'm on Twitch.
Jay's on Twitch. We have another giant project coming extremely soon. If you like Dungeons and Dragons, which is a movie that comes out in 2 weeks.
When I showed up here, he's editing it. He can't help himself.
I can't. It's too good. All the links for all of those things and probably more are down below in our description box.
And while you're down there, please like, subscribe, and hit that bell.
Do that YouTube that you do so well. Guacamole is extra. Yes, no Shazamming in the house, weirdos you.
Other videos popping up right? Yeah, be sure to click that as much as we click you.
Wow, we just... You're like Din jumping out of the ship, just almost hit that Batman landing and stumble.
Yeah, that's how it would That's how it accurately would happen.
That's true.
That's true.
All right.
We love you guys, and
we will see you later.
We'll see you guys next week.
Okay.
For another review of Shazam 2.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna review it every week.
Oh.
Until one of us is dead.
Oh my God.
All right. See you guys later. Goodbye.